Wait,
Wait,
just
wait,
wait.
wait, 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 wait. Wait, let's make
Five?
sure. Let's make sure we read that right. Fires a salvo that launches 5 extra physical normal attacks against the target legion every second for 2
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah, it's
cracked.
correct.
That's cracked.
It is.
What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here. Had some technical audio difficulties, but it is what it is. But anyways, Ruby and Kaelan, G5 archers, just recently got their skills got released in the official Call of Dragons channel. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. But joining me here today is Mr. Fluffy Waffles. Fluffy, welcome, bro. Appreciate you joining me here today, going over these skills.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone.
All right, guys. Some of you guys don't know this, but Fluffy back in our day, he was an original Archer player, right? And now everyone knows him as the Cav guy. But he's very knowledgeable when it comes to, I mean, really every hero. But he has that Archer background. Okay, so what we're going to be going over the skills today of both Ruby and Kaelan. We're going to answer the question of, do we think it's going to replace Max A? And we'll kind of go from there, guys, all right? So, going into the rage skill, we have Scattering Sparks, rage skill 1000. Attack range medium, launches a volley every second for 3 seconds. Okay. For the first 2 seconds, the Legion launches a physical extra normal attack every second against the target Legion and 3 nearby enemy legions. Damage factor 300, diffused. For the last second, the Legion deals diffuse physical damage to the target Legion and 3 nearby enemy legions. Damage factor 1100. Fluffy, thoughts?
Yeah, so the damage factor is it's pretty solid. Overall, total 1700 damage factor diffused. I was thinking about while you're reading that extra normal attacks that you have an extra chance to proc pet skills. Now that I think about it, because you do the normal attack plus an extra one, so a little bit extra chance to proc pet skills. Some food to think about, food for thought. But yeah, I mean, it's a good damage factor rate skill. It's damage over time, over 3 seconds. But yeah, as you mentioned earlier when we were chatting, how it's going to be crucial for archer players to be able to stand still long enough to get the full damage output. And we were talking how difficult that is, especially without long range warfare. You got to kite and not get killed yourself. So yeah, some more thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of Archer players struggle with is that positioning, because it definitely requires some high level skill, especially in KVK, like the higher level KVKs or just going up against an organized team. Their ability to coordinate those blinks and then those archers being in that perfect blink range most of the time, like, it's going to be interesting, but I do think this has potential to be a lot of damage, man. A lot of damage, especially when you spec it out with the right skill. Okay, let's move on to the second one. Okay, second skill is called Raising Spirits. When in the field, okay, when that's key there. When in the field, the Legion gains 20 rage every second for 5 seconds. After entering the battle. Afterwards, the Legion gains 10% march speed and 10% physical attack until the battle ends. This effect can be triggered once every 30 seconds.
I mean, this is interesting. I think it's okay. I don't know if I love it just because 20 rage over 5 seconds, that's only 100 rage. And you're not getting, you don't get the 10% move speed while you're out of combat. So I don't know if I love this skill too much. I mean, I can see them trying to do something different. But yeah, fighting on the field, I don't know if I love it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I said, like, especially for the archer style of just like going in, poking, getting the quick damage bursts, normal attack damage bursts on those range units. This is definitely going to be coming more into play where you're just sitting there hitting tanks, right? Because the majority of archer players are saying it's like 90% hitting tanks. So I think that's when it's going to come in handy. Maybe that addition, it'd be nicer, obviously, if that march speed was just, all together.
Yeah.
I guess it just gives you that extra march speed whenever you kill the target and are able to get out of there. But yeah, I'm not, I don't know about this skill.
Yeah, 100 rage out of 1,000. That's not very impactful in my opinion. It's like you're not gonna really notice the difference. I think when we talk about skill priorities later, like this one would be like the lowest priority for me in terms of skill priority.
Okay, let's see. All right, skill 3. Any sights. It's a passive skill. So Legion marksman units deal 10% more normal attack damage and 20% defense. Okay, so I don't know. These
I
seem
mean, I
these
don't.
seem
Yeah,
pretty
yeah. I mean,
low.
it's only 10 normal attack damage, and I mean, yeah, it's 30 stats overall, but like, who cares about 20 defense on a marksman? You know, like you want to deal damage, not try to survive and tank it, right? Um, yeah. I mean, it's 30 stats, but only 10 of them are meaningful, in my opinion. It's kind of yeah,
The
especially
20%
for G5.
defense, the 20% defense definitely is gonna come in handy when you're hitting the tank. So one of the things, like, as we're reading through, this is really only my like second time. The first time I just like briefly looked through them, but
Mhm.
going into this, I was hoping to see, and I am hoping as we go on here, to see like some kind of defense and HP, to be able to mitigate taking that counterattack damage to the Kuma, because
Okay.
Kuma really changed everything for the archers, man. Like,
Yeah,
archers were
yeah.
already kind of struggling here, hitting like a Gorish, but not like too bad. But now, especially hitting those Kuma, so that 20% defense is definitely going to come into play. But,
All right.
obviously we want more. We always want
Yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Especially for G5, we're in the G5 now.
Okay.
Um,
Mhm. All right, going into the fourth skill, Wild Bonfire, another passive skill. Okay, so that we're up, what, 2 passives now. The Legion gains 10% HP when dealing damage via a normal attack or an extra normal attack. The Legion has 25% chance to gain 1 stack of Spark Mark. Max is 5 stacks. The next time Ruby fires a volley, she consumes all the stacks of Spark Mark. Each stack of Spark Mark consumed increases the volley's damage factor by 6%. Spark Mark is cleared when battle ends. I mean, bro, as I read this kit, I'm like, dude, to get majority of her kit, you gotta stand and bang. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
right.
it's not gonna
Yeah,
really, this particular hero is not really going to, like I said earlier, I probably sound like a broken record now, but I think it's very important as we go through these skills for people to understand. Like, I really see majority of this kit benefiting just standing hitting the tanks. Like, unless you get a good coordinated blink play and you're able to, get in there and hit some of the range units. But besides that, yeah, I mean,
yeah. So ramp up. I mean, it's good damage, but it's ramp up. Just that's this only works on the second rage skill. After the second rage skill. I mean, it would be interesting to see how it works in rallies or garrison, but yeah, it's on the field. It seems a little all right.
yeah. So when dealing
A lot more
damage via
cover.
normal attack, so it's like or an extra normal attack, which we'll get into that now. So the 25% chance, you got to think of like roughly how long, because we're talking what, 50% HP, right?
Hmm.
We're talking about 50% HP, which is amazing. Which, when I read that the first time or glanced through that, I'm like, okay, that has potential to be insane. But then as soon as she launches the next volley, that's gone. So it's not like
Yeah.
a consistent 50% HP. It's kind of like a pyramid scaling kind of HP
Every
situation there.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. That makes
I
sense.
I do see this being very strong when you're in the back line just hitting the tanks. But once it's time to push forward and kind of like a poke game, which, let's be honest, the poke game with archers is kind of dead. That's like owned by mages. Like, if you try to get in a poke war in a top KVK but with archers, like, you're cooked. You know what I'm saying? You're talking 200-300
Uh-huh.
mages are just gonna blast you. So, I mean, maybe in like the smaller scale with range units, it could work pretty well. But like I said, I still see this being more of like a tank killer, like sustainability and damage over time. I see.
Yeah.
What do you
Agree with
think?
you. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Okay, that's the wrong one. Let's go to. Now we're going to Ruby's 5th skill. All right, Blind Barrage, passive skill. During battle, the Legion has 25% chance to launch an extra normal attack against one random enemy Legion within range. Prioritizing the Legion that is the furthest away, this effect can be triggered once every 3 seconds. What do you think about this awakening?
It's interesting for sure. I don't know if I love that last line about random, but yeah.
I think this is one of those skills that people are gonna have to awaken Ruby to see her full potential, right? Because a lot of her skills rely on those normal attacks. So if you're able to get that extra normal attack, you can see in her kit prior to that it was like normal or extra, right? It was very specific on the normal or extra. So this awakening skill is definitely gonna boost how she does, and I really do think that we won't really know how strong she is completely until she's awakened, which is a little tough.
Yeah.
A little tough,
Low
right?
low high investment. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, definitely more of a.
Especially
Go ahead.
especially as a wheel character, you want to be efficient and like spin those wheels. So that usually takes at least a month and a half, 2 months, depending how many times you spin that wheel or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess Jason guessed it out for us.
for real. Yeah, no, I told him already. I'm like, hey, you better be ready, dude. New archers around the corner. All right. They are G5s though, right? So it's definitely going to be a lot more difficult to awaken off Ripsky. They did announce that that the tokens we earn from awards are going to be G5s now, which that's nice. That's going to help give us like a nice little push for that. But what are your initial thoughts as we read through these skills on Ruby? What do you give it 0 to 10 so far? These are just initial thoughts, guys. All right, so everyone relax. These are initial thoughts.
You put me in the hot seat here.
I'm putting you in the hot seat. What do you think? You want me to go first? I can go first.
No, I'll go first. But let's use a baseline. So like Mag's I always say is a 10.
Right.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
So we're gonna baseline it like that. I would say Ruby, 7.5. You know, on paper, just from looking at it, 7.5. Which is respectable, but as a G5, you want to see, you want to the spenders want to see the power creep. I'll put it that way.
Oh, for
So
sure.
if you're gonna have people spending money on a new hero, the spenders are going to see that power creep, and I don't know if I see that power creep on paper, but I mean it could be different once we get them and we test them, because this is all normal attack damage, and who knows, maybe there's a lot of normal attack damage boost in the trees more than the skill damage trees, like the skill damage. So I mean that could be a factor. Just thinking, because everyone's gonna be running precision tree obviously, and that tree is really cracked for Magzay, and maybe this pushes them a little bit higher to maybe like a 9. But I don't know if they replace or out damage Magzay.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with you. I feel like just reading through the skills, like nothing is like too crazy where it's like that's like broken, you know what I mean? Like, for example, when we read Ming and Grimara, like off rip we can just tell like, okay, that's pretty insane, you know what I mean? But I think that it has potential to like really surprise us of how the normal attacks, all the extra normal attacks, the AoE mixed, also the stacking of the 20% defense with the upwards of 50% HP. I think we could see this March for sure taking second place, and at least just looking at just Ruby alone, just the survivability alone, I think can help it be toe to toe upwards of being one of the better Archer Marches. Okay, let's go on to. And like Fluffy said, guys, Ruby is the wheel hero. Okay, she's League of Order, Marksman, PvP, and Precision. Okay, so you do get her through Lucky Spin. Sorry, I think I said League. Did I say Wheel of Order? I'm sure it's early. All right, all right. Kaelan, first skill for Kaelan. It does look like this is only the brief, right? It doesn't look like it's the. Anyways, Kaelan, Marksman, Garrison, and Support. Interesting. Okay, so rage skill, 1000, attack range medium, fires a salvo that launches 5 extra physical normal attacks against the target legion every second. Wait, what? 5 extra
Yeah.
physical normal attacks
Mhm.
every second for 2 seconds. So that's a total of what? 10 attacks?
Yeah, 5. Yeah,
So
that's
10,
10. And then that's
is that a
200.
2,000 damage?
I guess when I first read this, I thought it was 1,000, but now that you're saying, yeah, we're looking at it a second time. Yeah, that's 2,000.
That's a lot,
Wait,
dude.
wait,
Wait, wait,
wait,
wait,
no,
wait, 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 wait. Wait, let's make
5.
sure. Let's make sure we read that right. Fires itself that launches 5 extra physical normal attacks against the target legion every second for 2
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah, it's
correct.
correct.
That's correct.
It is. It literally is a. Yeah, it is a salvo.
Wow.
It says fires a salvo, so that's a salvo.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's good. Get Archer gang. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Maybe we
Okay.
shouldn't started off with Kaelan. Maybe we should have started off with Kaelan. That sounds insane. On top of that, Fluffy, we talked about how Ruby relies on all those normal attacks, right? It'd be interesting to see if those 5 extra physical,
normal
right?
attacks.
Because it
Well,
counts
it's
normal
10.
and extra. So it sounds like, it's for sure. I mean, what a surprise, right? The G5
Mm,
archers are going to have to go together, but that sounds absolutely insane.
that could be insane for a
Wow.
pet too. I mean, that's 10
Yeah,
extra normal attacks for a pet to proc whatever they want to proc.
true. Very true.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, yeah, that sounds
nuts.
crazy.
Oh, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
That does sound like the highest DPS in the game so far. It's, it,
2,000. Yeah, it is.
yeah, that's insane, bro. That's absolutely broken. I mean, for sure, this is gonna be, a future behemoth
Oh
leader
yeah.
here. It looks like we have. Okay, dude, that's good. That's good. I was getting a little worried after we read Ruby. I'm like, she
Yeah, I mean,
sounds okay.
funny you mentioned behemoths. I haven't gone to a behemoth in like 6 seasons. It's the last thing I'm thinking about.
Oh my
Behemoth,
god.
damn it.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, let's cook. We're cooking here. All right. Skill 2 now. Thieves Lockout. So this is damn it, it's in the second slot.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
Thieves Lookout passive skill. When garrisoning a city or stronghold, the Legion has a 50% chance to reduce the target's Legion's defense by 2% for 3 seconds. Each time the hero's Legion launches a normal attack or extra normal attack. Like that is very
Yeah,
key
yeah.
to
I mean,
focus
you're
in
gonna have those up.
on. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be up damn near freaking immediately.
and yeah,
And when you look at the defense reduction, right? So reduces target legion by 2% for 3 seconds each time. Like that's a lot of defense reduction, dude.
yep, yep. No, I agree with you. And Snowpeak is it's a defense reduction pet. No,
Yeah. So I mean,
oh wow, yeah,
just reading this, and we'll look into the pet now, or not now, but like soon. But it does look like, just reading this alone, the pet, if I had to imagine, it probably has some defense reduction stuff in there with along like, benefiting from all the normal attacks. So
yep,
if the new pet is similar to the Snowpeak, right? The Snowpeak relies on defense breaks, and if this new pet relies on normal attack to proc whatever it has, I mean, dude, it looks pretty
I
good.
mean, this is just a garrison skill. But yeah, good for garrison for sure.
Yeah. All right. Skill 3, Ranger Heart. Another passive skill here. Legion Marksman unit gains 30% physical attack and takes 10% less skill damage.
Yeah, this is a great skill. I like this. Is what I'm looking for. It's got
Yeah.
30 attack and like I think the 10% less damage is a little bit more than just 10 space, 10 stats. Because I think that's all damage, like including artifacts and pets. So
Skill
yeah, this is
damage.
pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, skill damage. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, like skill damage could be a lot of different things, right? So that 30% attack bonus is nice. One of the things that I've noticed with archers, Fluffy, with my time with archers, I don't know if you heard, but I hit my 50 mil merits on my archer account,
Oh,
so yeah, I'm coming up in the morning. One of the things that I'm seeing though when it comes to archers is that attack has like diminishing returns with archers because they already have such a high like attack rate that I
Fair enough.
personally see more benefits from like HP or defense in terms of like
Okay.
the reports, but I can't complain. 30% physical attack bonus is a lot. So
I mean, you can get that those extra stats from a rune or whatever, and just take the 30 from here.
Yeah.
So you can always find other ways to get to reduce that diminishing return from
Yep.
skins or whatever.
All right, next skill, Dangerous Chase, passive skill. When launching a normal attack, excuse me, the Legion has 50% chance to gain 1 stack of Archer's Mark. Upon reaching 5 stacks, all stacks are consumed and the Legion deals physical damage to the target Legion. Damage factor 1000. And ignores 10% of the enemy's defense for 3. That's...
Yeah.
What? Hold on. When launching a normal attack or an extra normal attack, the Legion has a 50% chance, which we've seen how much normal attacks are coming out of this pairing already, so you're going to get those marks damn near instantly.
Yeah.
Pretty damn quick. And then you deal with... so 2,000 from the first one, 1,000 for the... Okay, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty strong.
Wow.
Honestly, can you go back to the first skill again?
Yeah.
It's just a race skill normal attack, right? With the salvo stuff.
Yep.
I mean, this could be a cap pill. I'm not gonna lie with you. I mean, a cap.
Of course, you're thinking about the cabs.
I mean, honestly, I was hoping not, because like I don't want to invest in the Archer wheel. I invested in Sybil and Fulgrim. I'm only using Fulgrim right now. But dang, and then with the third skill or the fourth skill, dang, it's a little crazy.
Yeah,
honestly, no target damage.
Yeah, like looking at all this, like all I could think, because you know how Spring Warden is so just like dominant right now in terms of like Roots of War with the Elk Riders and stuff, and their ability to like not really take that much counterattack damage when it comes to like swarming rallies and just infantry in general. I mean, I can see these heroes being like insane with the Elk Riders, specifically.
Yeah,
the Elk Riders. But
I am an Elk Rider right now. I am the Elk faction.
All right.
I would definitely test it out myself, but yeah, I mean, dang, it's crazy.
All right, so now Kaelan's Awakening, right? We really like Awakenings. Really say a lot about a hero. Anyways, Golden Ranger, passive skill, increases salvo's damage by 15%. The Legion gains 3 stacks of Archer's Mark immediately upon entering battle. Okay, dude. I mean, both the archers have an amazing Awakening skill, I feel like, which is interesting to see, because normally it's just one of the heroes that has like, okay, that's a for sure, you got to get the Awakening, right? A lot of the times the wheel hero or the Strongest Lord one will have like, oh, just a little bit extra damage for the Awakening. Like both of them have like very like crazy Awakening skills. 15%, dude.
I think I like Kaelan the most right now as a
definitely
hero for archers and for cows. Not gonna lie with you. I mean, I could probably skip Ruby I'm just talking for myself for cows, but Kaelan, I could put Kaelan behind like a cav hero with.
I mean, dude, you were talking about potentially skipping archers, right? And
yeah. But no, I might have to.
I mean, I'd be careful either way, right? Because even though these do look promising that they could pair well, even with cavalry, specifically Elk Riders, we do have the G5 calves around the corner. But you know, that's a conversation for another day. But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're literally right around the corner. You know. Yeah. Anyways, thank God for Kaelan. We'll say that. We'll say that. I mean, Ruby, I think, is a sleeper. Like, she doesn't give that, like, oh my God, kind of like, as we were reading the skills, you can tell we were both kind of like, okay, you know, it's, you know, some of these mechanics are so, like the way they're so, like, complex. Like, when it comes to, like, the stacks, like, you know, when they apply, when they don't apply, like, how you play with them. But I think considering that, okay, so now let's go on to, okay, Kaelan, 0 to 10. What do you think? On paper, 0 to 10?
I think a 10.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be a 10, because that rage skill is 2,000 damage factor, right? And then that passive 15%, what is that? That's 23, right? Is my math right?
The what?
23, or is that higher? If you 50% extra damage of 2,000, is that 2,300? Is my math right?
Let's see. Hey Siri, what's 15% of 2,000? 300.
Yeah, so it's 23 damage factor when it's awakened, plus another 1,000 every time you do the five whatever, the five stacks, five marks, which you obviously will get like on the first rage skill because you enter battle with three. The salvo has 50%. Is it like 50%? You know, and there's five
Yep.
attacks. So and then if you get extra lucky, you get two of those off, right? Because the first five hits the procs one, and the second five procs the second one. So that's 23 plus two. That's 40, 4,300 damage factor if you get the RG on the first skill.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna say 10 off, like just reading the skills, and I think it's gonna be once again another PB and J kind of situation when it comes to Kaelan and Ruby. I mean, Kaelan just looks broken, bro. Like actually, which, like you said,
It looks the burst damage for a cat. I mean, I don't
yeah,
know that we're not talking about cows, but like the burst damage for cavalry with that instant rage, and then it's kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
dude. I mean, you're talking 2,000 damage factor in 2 seconds. Like what? Hello, bro. I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking like other heroes, for example, that have nukes on them. They'll hit like a 1,800 damage factor, and that's after like 9 seconds, right, of standing there. And like how we said, archers having to get in quick, do some damage and dip, like that is beautiful for archers. Like, okay, and with Ruby's like HP buff and everything like that. Let me look through Kaelan's skills real quick. I don't think I saw anything crazy on Kaelan in terms of survivability. Yeah, so nothing crazy on Kaelan for survivability. So they do seem pretty glass cannon-ish. I really do hope that Ruby's skill with the HP stacks could definitely carry this march in terms of being tanky enough from counterattack damage. You know what I mean? So what do you think? I know I'm gonna ask you the big question. I know it's early, guys, like I said, but it's good to make these speculations kind of to like help you guys formulate your decisions on whether you should go for this archer or not. And for me personally, like I said, I do have a full archer account, and I mean, these are for sure invest for me personally.
Yeah.
Especially Kaelan. Especially Kaelan.
Yeah. If you're an archer player, yeah, definitely invest. It's gonna be better than Symbion for sure. So yeah, definitely invest in that.
Right, because a lot of
If you're,
people's... Go ahead.
I was just saying, if you're a Kraken too, and you play Kaz, might as well invest at least Kaelan.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll test them out.
for sure. And then in the fifth March, for a lot of archer players that run like a full archer stack, you're talking like a Hostara. Some people are running Muthea with the Wyvern Riders. Some people just run a Mage March completely as support. So, especially filling in that fifth March space. I mean, these archer heroes are a must, man. They fit right in. Kaelan looks absolutely broken. Ruby looks like a sleeper. Like, I do agree with you on the 7 out of 10 for her, but if her HP stacks very quickly, and I think it will, considering how many normal attacks are coming and extra attacks are coming out of this, I think it's going to stack rather quickly. So I think that 50% HP, it's going to be up more than we think. Right, and then you take into consideration adding like a 10% HP rune, a 5% from an HP skin. I mean, you're talking 65% HP just right there. Like, that's insane, and I think that's gonna be able to handle that counterattack damage being dished out by these infantry, bro. All right, so with that being said, do you think they will replace Magze? Based on what you see so far, do you think that we have enough survivability and DPS here from just the heroes?
It's hard to say. I mean, they have different uses. Mag is a little bit better, like the poking and stuff. I mean, I would say at least equal on paper, at least equal. I don't know if I can say better or worse. just yet.
So
Uh,
for me personally, looking at this and based off what we read, I do think they have enough DPS to surpass Max A. I really do think that. But what concerns me is the sustainability, right?
mhm.
That's what I'm seeing off the pairing right now. I'm like, I think DPS wise, Kaelan alone is like broken as hell and could definitely surpass Max A DPS wise. But what kind of survivability are we looking at? Like, is it going to be enough?
True.
Is Ruby's 50% and 20%, 50% HP and 20% defense going to be enough to carry the march in terms of survivability? I think it has potential. And I think the fact that we're even saying potential is crazy because Max A is insane. We know she's technically like a G7, but yeah, I'm 100% gonna go for this on my Archer account for sure. And you know, especially a lot of the Elk Rider people out there, you know, Fluffy, you being one of the Elk Riders,
Well, I'm
and
gonna
your
test
high
low investment
horses
first.
and your crowns, you know. But yeah,
I
for
want to test
sure.
low investment first, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I look forward to you testing these. I know for some of you guys that watch this, if you guys been saving your tokens and are gonna max them off rip, let me know, please. I'd love to collab with you guys, and together we're gonna make a good decision for everyone to make here. So okay, moving on to the next one. We have the Artie. We're covering a lot here, guys. I know, but check it out, right? So we have the artifact called Roaring Rager, right? Sounds like my last Friday night. But all right, deals diffuse physical damage up to 4 enemy legions, and I think this is in max, right? This, I don't know if it's maxed.
I don't think it's
Because it doesn't show the bottom, right? Like we see, obviously the exemplar effects; those are always going to be +5 and -5 there. But I don't even think this is max, dude. Okay, deals diffuse physical damage to 4 enemy lead. The amount of AOE to this is insane. Like, RIP if you're a range unit and get caught out by this march, like you're dead. Cooked. Like the amount of AOE. Okay, anyways, physical damage up to 4 enemy legions in the same area, damage factor 800. Okay, damage. Wait, whoa. Okay. So there's two procs. Wow. 4 enemy legion, designated circle, and then after that, after 1 second, it deals diffuse damage up to 4 enemy. That's insane. Okay, and this is probably just like level 1 too. That sounds absolutely broken already. Okay. It definitely sounds like a Roaring Rager. Additional effect, each volley, right? Volley is coming from Ruby, I believe. Fired reduces this artifact's skill's cooldown by 3 seconds. Brother, this thing's going to be going off the whole time. Like, what? And increases the wielder's attack by 5% for 10 seconds, max 3 stacks, so that's 15% attack. Exemplar also deals extra physical damage. Like, brother. Okay, bro, finally, man, because I'm not gonna lie, you know, the Gilded Crossbow's damage is kind of meh. Iron Tusk is kind of meh. So finally they get an artifact that's like heavy hitting and then some. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Dude, okay. I mean, if we didn't think, you know, the new G5s were going to out DPS Max A, I think with this artifact stacked on top of it, and then we'll see what the pet has to bring, I think it's very possible, bro. Same thing against, once again, I think the survivability aspect of it is what's in the back of my head right now of whether it's going to be able to compete or not, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they also showed the pet, guys. They also showed the pet. However, the skills showed the mage one, right? You can see the fire cage here. But look at the little guy. He's a wind weasel. It's a weasel. Some people were saying that this is like damn near very identical to what is that game called? Pal World. I think it's Pal World. I don't know. One of those games.
I didn't play it.
Yeah, so they said it was. But what's cool is that it's a new looking pet. You know what I mean? Regardless if they got it from one of their other games or not, it's really nice and refreshing to see that it's not just a reskin, because I think I can confidently say that we as a community, when we get a new quote unquote new pet and it's just a different color, it doesn't really excite you. But when you see like something new, like the design is new and kind of cool looking, like I think it's cool. Right? I mean, I can't wait to see what it actually does. I mean, the G5 archers themselves mixed with the artifact, I'm already super excited to see what they're going to be doing out in the field. And I really do think that Kaelan, specifically Kaelan, that's going to be my focus. Kaelan alone, bro, is going to be nuts.
Yep.
Even low configuration, to be honest. Like even like a 5-1, 5-5. I mean, good luck getting that. But yeah. All right. I mean, we're coming to the end here of covering everything so far that we've seen with the G5 archers. Fluffy, what are your overall closing thoughts here on the archers?
I think Kaelin's my favorite. Yeah, looks solid. Hopefully, it's still solid after the release.
Definitely. And as Fluffy said, guys, and I agree with him, I do think these archers look like a must invest. They definitely look like they're going to be broken as hell, which is, Archer gang needs it. Archer gang needs it, right? Like mages just got Mean Grimora, which are absolutely broken. They get like double the merits compared to everyone else. Right? The tanks just got Kuma Kwan that are absolutely insane. One Kuma hitting 5 range units will get almost all of them down to yellow, which is nuts because of all the HP stealing. And then the calves are just calves, absolutely rolling everything in sight. I mean, we've been seeing the top KVKs and what calves can do. And then meanwhile, you got the archers that are just like, hey guys, like we're here. So Archer Gang is definitely in desperate need for an amazing pairing, bro, because so many Archer players are switching to mages, and there's even some Archer players that stop playing the game because of how, people feel about Archers right now in the totem pole of unit types. So, man. Okay, guys, well, that's going to be our closing there. I have of our thoughts here on the G5 archers. I appreciate everyone watching this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Definitely helps out a ton. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel and don't want to miss out on the testings, we're going to go into talent trees, configurations, pairings that could potentially go well with other heroes. Don't miss out on that, guys. Hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live and drop a new video. Also, we'll be collabing this with Fluffy, so make sure you drop a like and sub there as well. Fluffy, appreciate you joining us here today, brother.
Thanks for having me on this and collabing with me, allowing me to collab with you. So thank you.
For sure. All right, guys, your boy Guns and Fluffy, we out. Peace, y'all.
See you guys.